Hi everyone, I thought it would be fun to show you how easy it is to achieve the elusive modern Jeff Beck sound of the last 30 years if you have the right technique and just a little bit of the right setup with the equipment. But it's actually more in the hands. So just to show you, I've got the guitar set on the 2 position, which is the bridge and the middle together. This is the way it sounds if I were to use a pick and have the volume and the tone rolled completely open. I'm going for a brighter sound on the amp. This is part of the key. It doesn't need to be very gainy or very thick sounding. Okay, now if I picked in more of a normal area here, okay, so you can see it's kind of bright and twangy. I suspect Jeff developed this sound after having to use amps that weren't very good on the road, and that's part of what got him into doing the next step. So if I were to take the tone knob and roll this most of the way off or all the way off, so that's going to be critical. You need a guitar that has a tone knob. You start to get this. See, if you get back by the bridge here, it's a strange sound, but this is part of what he's doing. Okay, now, what if you used your thumb? Check this out. It starts to get the kind of what I call the drunk saxophone sound. The other trick here is I usually like to dial the volume back just a hair. I'm going to dial it up and down, and you'll be able to hear that it's going to hit kind of a peak, like a resonant frequency in the mid-range. This is going to be different depending on what value pots you have in your guitar. So here's all the way open. See, as you start to bring it down, it's interacting with the tone knob, and we're losing a lot. So somewhere in here. Okay, now the last step, you really need a guitar that's got a floating tremolo system. So you can do it on Floyd Rose, but it could be as simple as just your standard 6-screw Stratocaster vibrato system, as long as you set it to float a little bit. We don't need a ton of up trim, just a little bit. So here's the big part of it. I'm keeping everything clean with the playing. I'm picking back by the bridge to get the unusual, almost like surf rock weirdness, drunk saxophone thing. Okay, but I've got my thumb, which really like darkens the whole thing up, all right, and kind of pops the string a little more. That's part of the sound. All right, we got the tone rolled off to darken it up. All right, so I'm gonna kind of push on the bar a little. So the idea is a lot of these notes are gonna have these little dips. So what you want to practice is just playing a note with your thumb and pushing in with the bar. Okay, also you want to practice your vibrato, so we really don't want to like put weight on the bar or push or pull it. We just want to oscillate our wrist as we're in connection with the bar, okay? It's kind of funny too, because your hand will take on more of this shape, which looks a lot like what Jeff's look like, which normally isn't the way I would hold the bar if I were holding a pick or in my normal area where I would pick the strings. But when you're way back here, the bar's a lot stiffer, and you end up sort of in this position to control the thing. So the other part of this would be little chops and dives and dips, right? So let's say if I'm playing the 3rd string and I'm pulling up to the blue note. Or I might have like a dip, and then hammer onto the next string as I let go. Okay, you also get the little kind of flutters by letting go of the bar there, okay? You could even have a, so maybe we hit a note and we dive bomb down, and then let go on the next note. And maybe pull off, do a dive, hammer, pull off. So it's pretty cool. Pretty much as long as you have a tone knob, you can dial this in. But it doesn't take a lot of gain, and I think the beauty of it is like I said before, I think it was designed to work with not so great kind of thin Marshall amps that were kind of harsh and didn't have a lot of gain and didn't have a lot of low end. But it remedies that. It's an unusual tone, but it's a cool tone to have in your bag of tricks and textures and colors when you're playing songs. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Please remember to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. If you'd like to hire me for instruction or for recording sessions, please click the links in the description below. Thanks so much.